they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Ludacris going in on the verse, cause I never been defeated and I won't stop now. Keep your hands up, get them in the sky for the homies that ain't make it and my folks locked down. I never win no.
Defense just played lights out against Teague. I mean, Coach Balch and the rest of the defensive coaches, Henderson, Maugry, Webb, put together a good game plan. But then we have great kids too. Our kids went out and executed that game plan. Jesse Valdez, I think, had 9 tackles and 4 sacks. Brandon Wilkins, I think, had something like 15 tackles. Noah Costrin, blocked a kick, scoops up a fumble, takes it down and they're, almost scores. He had several tackles as well. I mean, just a bunch of kids. Eddie Luna was all over the place, a bunch of tackles. Nico Vargas, the freshman, had a great game. I can't remember how many tackles, but had several tackles as well. So just a great team effort. We're very blessed in Cameron with some very good, and talented kids. And, coaches put together a good game plan and they executed it very well. Wanted to stop their quarterback. He's a big play threat for him and his brother, 13, who he throws it up to sometimes. And felt like we did a good job in coverage as well when they did try to throw it. So even got an interception at one point as well. So just an overall great effort by the defense. Playing hard. I thought we played it harder than they did, wanted it more than they did. And I think that's a natural Yeoman characteristic. And I felt like that showed Friday night. Our offense played well. We did a lot of good things. Again, they showed us some different looks than what we'd seen on film. They showed us some of what we'd seen on film, but they did a good job of mixing it up, which affected us a little bit on offense. But I told the kids at halftime, really offensively they can't stop us. I felt like we were stopping ourselves. With poor decisions, poor play calls by me, or a drop. We had a couple drop passes, things like that. That I thought were stopping some of our drives, and I just felt like a couple missed blocking assignments, some things like that cost us, and helped them and allowed us not to finish off some drives. So, but overall, I was very proud of our offense. I thought we moved it on them, pretty regular, and when we got down close, we had a hard time getting it in there sometimes. But I thought the offense is doing good. I thought we're getting better as well as an offense. That was a good defensive ball club that we played. Teague's a good football team, and so I don't take anything away from them. They're a very good football team. They've got some good athletes, some good kids over there too. So, but thought we did some of the things we needed to do. We did enough to win the game, and it is an area we need to improve on, though, scoring in the red zone. They're a very high-powered offense. I mean, they're similar to our offense in a lot of ways as far as what they like to do. They're very balanced, run to pass. Their quarterback's also a dual threat, much like ours, with running the ball or passing the ball. He's very accurate. They've got a lot of returning starters from last year. They're a very senior-heavy football team on the offensive side and the defensive side of the ball. They've got weapons in number 1 and number 2. The quarterback, he's got a very good offensive line too. They block very well. They do have several two-way starters, so hopefully that plays into our favor. But very balanced offensive attack. They attack you your weak spots. They see how you're going to line up and they attack you where they think you're weak. Very similar philosophy to ours, where they're going to take what you give them. If we put 5 guys in the box, they're going to run the ball. If we put 6 or 7 guys in the box, they're going to throw the ball. And they're very good at what they do. Yes, explosive plays is the key, just like last week against Teague. We got to prevent the explosive play. That's our defense has played good all year at times. Sometimes we give up that big play though, and that's something we preach to them. To stop the big plays, and I feel like we're getting better at it. And number 1, and 2, Barker and Russell, the 2 guys you're talking about, are 2 superb athletes for them. They're definitely the guys. They're their big play threats. Sometimes they throw them short passes and they take it to the house. Sometimes they're throwing it deep to them, but they can score in a lot of different ways. And those are 2 guys we've got to know where they're at all times, and we've got to prevent them from making those big plays. They're pretty good on defense. Their deep front is very good. Not as big as some of the deep fronts we've seen, but not small either. I mean, they've got good size, and they move. They're very athletic up front too. They move well. That's going to be a big key once again, for our offensive line to be able to protect and open up some holes in the running game. They base out of a 4-3 defense. We think we'll see a 4-1. And those outside backers will be wider, but who knows? We'll see what happens that night. That's what we're going to practice and prepare for. But we see a lot of different things on Friday night compared to what we see on film. So people trying to stop our big plays in our passing game a lot of times. So, but when they do that, it opens up the run, and we've taken advantage of that. But defensively, they're two corners, Barker and Russell. We're going to play a lot of cornerback for them, kind of two lockdown type corners. If they have a weakness, it would probably be their, and they're not bad either in the linebacking core and their safeties. But that defensive front and those corners are very, very good players for them. So those other linebackers, safeties is probably where we're going to have to try and find room to run or pass the ball. Keys to victory, you're playing a good football team. Two good football teams going at it. We're a very good football team too. Team that makes the fewest turnovers. Field position, we talked about that big time with our kids in the special teams area. We need to win the special teams. Felt like we did a better job of that last week as well against Teague, especially in the kickoff area of things. Special teams, not turn the ball over, take care of the ball when we got it, create some turnovers, and fewer penalties as possible. And so basically the team makes the fewest mistakes is what I'm trying to tell you, I guess. But those are going to be the keys to winning this game. Offensively, we got to protect the quarterback and open some run holes. And defensively, we've got to be able to stop the pass and the run. So we've got to play a balanced attack on defense and really know our job and do our job well. Sporting events, we got junior high basketball going on tonight. Girls junior high is here at home. Boys went to Gerald. I haven't heard any results yet back from that. But Tuesday night we have boys and girls basketball here at home. JV freshman and varsity for the boys, JV and varsity for the girls. Those lower level games start at 5 o'clock. The varsity girls will play about 6:30ish. Varsity boys will play about 8 o'clock in the new gym. No wrestling going on this week. Later in the week, basketball is playing also, going to a tournament. We've got one team going to the Holland tournament, got another team going to the Moody tournament for the boys. And the girls, I can't remember where they're going later this week. I forgot on that one, sorry. But they've got games going on this week too, and I believe they're in a tournament somewhere, if I remember correctly.
What they saying, loot is back. Blame it on that contour. The hood call it Luda Yak.